Yo, what's up? It's your buddy Scumby. For as long as the map of FireBase Z has been out on Cold War, I am sure that there's millions of videos and guys, doing this Easter egg. But, do they all have my autistic charm? Maybe. But mine's stronger. So let's get moist there, my friends. Essentially, there's an Easter egg that allows you to just basically progress this COD zombie storyline that's been going on since, Black Ops 1. The characters are obviously not the same. Not Dempsey and the Japanese guy and Nikolai and all that. But, it includes the newer characters like Revnov, Maxis, a Sam, and, a few other things. So, before we get started, just be warned, this has spoilers, okay? So just keep that in mind. I don't want to ruin the game for anyone. If you already haven't, if you haven't done it and you want to see it, I don't know. But this is a video of how to do the Easter egg. So let's get started. So what I'd like to start out with, just like a little background, what we found to be the easiest weapons to use this, and like the ammo mods and perks. Basically, the Gallo S12. The China Lake, the grenade launcher, and the Mac 11 or the knife seem to make the game really simple and easy. You just clear waves of zombies like it's nothing, all the way up to like round 40. I mean, you just keep going, right? The Reiki is a great gun to have, right? Just to kill the zombies with, but it's also necessary for one step in this Easter egg. So if you haven't, found it in the Pack-a-Punch, it is possible to build. It's not part of this video, but I could always make a video on that if you guys wanted. Another little tip I'd like to give you guys is not, what the best perks and ammo mods are for this, because there's a couple that are, really good. It's more of what to avoid when doing this. If you're going to use a launcher, Shatter Blast, go for it. It's just like an extra explosion off of one of your already, deadly explosions. Avoid Elemental Pop. Because it'll fuck you up in a lot of the steps in this. And avoid getting brain rot or plague rot. I forget the name of it, but avoid getting the one that makes the zombies attack other zombies. It'll fuck you up. But yeah, pretty much everything else is fine. So go for it. So that brings us into basically starting the Easter egg. So of course you're gonna start in this little Vietnamese village. This part, this whole next part is pretty straightforward. Basically, talk to Revnov, build up some currency, bum rush those doors, get through the teleporter, and bum rush those doors too, so that you can go ahead and turn on the power, activate the power as quickly and as early as you can. It's just going to make it easier on you and your, whoever you're playing with. So after you've done that, you go down and you have to talk to the dickhead doctor who's been hiding behind the glass the whole time, right? Go down here, and after you've talked to him, go ahead and make your way back to Ravnov, talk with him, and if he doesn't give you a card this time, you might have to talk to the doctor again and then Revnov again, but I think if you just talk to Revnov the second time, he will give you a little card, right? Now this card is for 3 lockers with 3 juice boxes inside of them that you need to collect. The first juice box is basically right behind you in this locker right here, and the same area that Revnov is in. Go ahead and take that juice out. The next one can be found in this little hallway. I'm very bad with the names, so just kind of go in this direction and find this little hallway, and the locker's right there. It's not too hard to get to. Just kind of go along the wall, hold F, And of course, the last cup of juice, the juicy juice box to name all the juices, is found up in that little fancy office of Vladimir Putin's brother, Nitup. Go up there, open that locker, grab the juice out of there, and get ready for the next phase. Alright, so now that you got all 3, you gotta bring them to this little medical bay facility, and you shove them all nice and tight in this centrifuge here. While those puppies are going for a ride, you better fucking run, because there's a million of those little fire dogs that come out. Just go out into the open, and just don't die in there, because it's a pain in the ass. So you know it takes about 20 or 30 seconds to spin those up. But once it's done, once the juice boxes are combined, you're gonna want to take that contraption on the left that has like a hose sticking out of it. Pick it up, and then go ahead and go above where like that big dome is. You know, the big, I don't know, the big metal sphere. Go up and around that corner right around here and stick it on top of that AC unit. So after that, you know, you got to go down and just prepare to waste a shitload of time listening to this guy. The good thing is that if you stay by him, because I think you do need to prompt him twice. Like, there's 2 prompts to make him talk. So you might need to stay by him, or at least one person. But the good thing is that during this whole cutscene phase, like, where you're near him and he's talking, the zombies leave you alone. So you don't really have to deal with that. So you're going to figure out that he's just going to make you capture the memory of zombies, you know. You got to get these little devices, but it cannot be a regular anything. It has to be a very specific mimic. So to start this process, what you got to do is go to the med facilities, you know. Run up into this room over here with the, you know, the power generator in it, and in the back on the top floor, there will be a cabinet with those with these little traps in them. Go ahead and take the traps out. The way that this works is after you pick up the traps, after this initial round, generally 1 purple item will spawn on the ground, you know, like what mimics come out of. You're going to want to go up to that, make sure that it could, you know, this is really buggy. So just do your best. It's going to take you a while, but you got to get the mimics really low health, okay? And make sure that they come out of purple. I think an orange one worked for me one time. So, you know, try at your own risk. But yeah, you know, damage it, throw the trap down, capture it in the trap. Bring this back up to the docking station and put it into the right of where you got all the little traps from. And if it's the right mimic, it'll give you a code. And Officer Weaver will also be prompted to speak. And he will tell you if it's right or wrong, right? So fairly simple. Do it 3 times, and then you can move on to the next step, which is the floppy disk. Okay. So this little floppy disk is going to come popping out of that cabinet that you took all the traps out of, you know, got the information into. Grab it and take it to the planning offices where you will insert it into this little computer right here. The giant ball finally opens.
Boss? Oh.
The ball!
Which means you have to go back down and talk to Peck again, who ends up crying and shuts the world off. Ravnov will speak, but honestly, fuck what he has to say. There's this little skinny locker to the left of Peck's window. Open it, grab the radar device, and then find the shovel in this little bunker down here, where you're gonna have to defend.
Oh.
And this part is kind of a bitch. I'm not gonna lie.
You
gotta use the radar to find the crystals, you know, and it'll beep when you get near them. So, to make it easy, starting from the helipad, go left, and directly in front of you, under the stairs, straight ahead, is the first crystal. Look at the ground, dig it up. The second one is you go through Dr. Peck's, like that area right there. Go out into the place that you have to defend, into the middle column. And it's in this puddle right here. However, it's gonna come with a fuck you dog wave. So stay inside this bubble that gets created and stay alive. It's a time thing. Just good luck. It's not too hard, but it's aggravating. And of course, this last one is found straight ahead again from the helipad around the med bay. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be in one of these buildings, right? And this is where you need the Reiki. You're going to have to switch it to its alternate fire, the little vortex thing. Fire it at the crystal so that it can't move away, because it slows it down. And just, you know, run in and grab it. So, pretty simple, pretty straightforward, one of the easier parts of the game. And now, of course, you have all the jars. So, take each one to, you know, it doesn't matter which one. You're going to go to each of the reactors that you turned on the power with, and you're going to insert one in each of them. It's honestly kind of a nice little walk in the park from all the spankings you just endured. So, fuck that. Basically, you're going to find out that Dr. Micropeck lied and fucked you over the whole time. But fret not. We started to get stressed out. We were like, oh, God, that was the end of the Easter egg, huh? No. It takes a little bit of time, but wait for the voice prompts with Strauss and Revnov and, everyone to go by. And then you have to go into this room, find this keyboard and screen, okay? And activate it. Okay, so now you kind of get to like the little mini game part. When you're on this computer, you're gonna notice that you can only, if you're on PC at least, you can only use Q, E, R, and G to move, right? I don't know if the direction of these keys is different for everybody, so just map out, for yourself which way the little blue dot travels in. Essentially, the end goal is to get that little blue dot to match up with one of the yellow dots, right? And I think there's 2 Soviet flags and 2 American flags on the bottom right corner. Look for the one that's a question mark and make that your input, right? Yeah, you can go ahead and say it because once they're aligned... I'm a firing my laser!
Are you firing a goddamn space laser at my satellite dish?
So after this little cutscene with Sam, basically you want to get back to the teleporter, right? Guys, just hightail it back to the teleporter, get through it, and it'll cut to a little cutscene. Now get ready to fight the Giant King from Dark Souls. I swear to God they copy and pasted the unit model exactly. He's fairly easy. He's really tanky. He's got a lot of health. But if you can just manage the zombies, it's really not a bad fight. Plus, by this time you should have, full armor, pack-a-punched guns, weapon mods, whatever, perks, whatever. And there's also a crafting booth right there and an ammo crate, like kind of right across from each other. The easiest way to do it, in my opinion, just get, artillery strikes or napalm strikes. Chopper gunner is useless unless you want to clear the zombies out, like, around you guys. But yeah, blow the fuck out of him. That's what she said. And you'll get a nice little cutscene after, and the satisfaction of finally being done with this piece of shit Easter egg. And from here on out, I'll just let you guys watch the rest of the cutscene, listen to our dumbasses make stupid comments. And
we did that. I wonder what the next map will be.
do we get an exfil?
Do we get her now? Do we unlock her? Or
And
do we still
him.
have to buy her?
I hope we unlock them both. She does have purple
There's
eyes.
an operation underway in the Ural Mountains.
Dude, she's from the old ones. Remember Sam?
Yeah.
This is the only way.
I told you once.
Like literally
Mega
though.
is not who we are. I do this for the good of the motherland. For the good of us all.
Try not to break anything else.
Remember, there's nothing so broken that it cannot be fixed.
Sam,
That's a lie.
are you okay?
Wait.
Peck?
I'm ready to come in, Weaver. We have a lot to talk about.
Oh no, that was Weaver.
Oh. I just don't get. Why does she have a samurai sword?
I don't know.
Oh.
Finally. Could you have taken
They're gonna
any
kill him.
longer
They're gonna
to
kill
get
him.
here?
I know.
They're gonna kill
You
him.
were smart
Without a
to
doubt.
transmit your research.
Or
You
turn him into something.
demonstrated loyalty to an extent.
To an extent. What more do you want? Just wait until we get back to Moscow. We'll see what the Colonel thinks about this.
See that little pistol? Bah!
Really?
Who is that?
That's the Colonel.
You really want to know what
I don't know who the Colonel is.
It won't show us
I think I want
Vin Diesel?
I was gonna say Vin Diesel.
He's the enemy?
Doctor. Which is your better eye?
Oh shit.
Should have helped
Vin
us. He could have
Diesel.
escaped with us.
Vin Diesel lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, and he became Russian.
I just want to say thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like and a comment with suggestions on games we should play in the future. If you want to come hang out in live sessions, we got a Twitch account, SGUMBYY, Scumby with one Y was taken. So, but yeah. Anyways, have a great rest of your day, morning.